guys, and welcome to UFR Round 7, Canada. We've only got half the field on grid this evening. We've had a few messages from 4 or 5 of them. It's a work issue, so we're a few drivers down tonight. It's a shame, but the drivers we do have should be a fairly interesting race, given it's Canada, short track, and we shall see what happens. What I'm going to do for you now though guys is go through only last week Thursday's results around Monaco. Sundays will be released on Saturday on the UFR page, Unofficial Racing League, because we're updating as we go, but I do have the Thursday standings in my hand, so don't panic, drivers, you will hear where you are. So I'll go down through last week's Monaco event. It was an interesting one. There are a few penalties that were given out over both events, so that's the Sunday one included. So yeah, but the official results go like this. Picking up his first win though, you got to give him credit. It's Luke Smywalker in the Haas. First win of the season, fair play. You can't fault the guy. He's gone from strength to strength, picking up a podium in the round prior to that, so it's looking good for him. So yeah, fair play to Luke, and well done fella, keep it up. But second was MLT in a McLaren, finishing 5.3 seconds behind, but I believe he was serving a penalty because he came through the pit, so it all kicked off at the end between those two. And then third was Hayes, keeping his strong season going, picking up the podiums as he goes, but he finished 1 minute 14 seconds behind the leaders due to an incident with I can't remember who, sorry, but yeah, he lost his whole front wing, so yeah, it all kicked off. But then the last finisher of the event was Uzi in a Ferrari, 1 lap down. So that's the top 4 and the only finishers. The rest of the DNFs go like this, and that was Granty Boy, Sun, Garfield, Ricky, Sam, M. Doran and S. Graham all DNF'd around Monaco. So it was, yeah, it's worth a little look if you're looking for some incidents, but they've all been dealt with and drivers know what's needed of them here. So I'll just jump on board with some of you guys there and get up some data bits and bobs and whatnot. And yeah, all drivers seem to be on the hype softs here, apart from Luke Smywalker down in 9th with Garfield retired. It's going to be an interesting event, seeing what drivers go on what, so we'll see how this goes. But both Toro Rosso's out. We'll stick on board with Sun though, championship leader, as I go through the rest of the results. The championship standing after that though stands like this. Son with his DNF still leads the way with 93 points, but his teammate Hayes, picking up that 3rd place, is now on 80. 13 points behind, so the battle between the two Toro Rosso drivers and driver should be quite intense, seeing what they do. So that's the top 2. Moving on to 3rd, that's MLT in the McLaren on 54 points. Then in 4th is Luke Smywalker on 50 points now. Then we go down to Kane Leander in 5th, tied with Luke Smywalker on 50 points. Then we move on to Uzi in 6th on 48 points. But then it's a big old jump back to 7th, which is S. Graham, yep, on 26 points. So that gives you an idea of things. And then following him up in 8th is Granty Boy on 18 points. And then in 9th we have Cork on 18 points, tied also. So yeah, there's another little battle. But in 10th we've got RDB on 11. 11th is Reese W on 8 points. Then we have MK2 Esport Madman, who's on 6 points, down in 12th. Then we move on to 13th, sorry, is Rick Smywalker on 5. Then 14th being GT5 King on 4. Then we have the guys with no points, which is Jeremy James, GSB, and who's all on 0. That's topping out the 17 drivers here. That's yeah, interesting. Some drivers I thought would have points to be leading the way aren't, but that's that. But there are 3 seats open, as that was only down to 17th guys. So if you're interested in joining, drop us a message on Facebook. You can find us under Unofficial Racing League, and yeah, let us know. We hold leagues on a Thursday and Sunday. We'll get you involved in the action as soon as possible. Excuse me. But moving on for that, the constructor standings go a little bit like this. Toro Rosso out in the lead by 99 points, running at round 7 on 173 points. In second, McLaren on 72, Williams in third on 52, Ferrari fourth on 48. Then you have Red Bull in fifth on 29, tied with Haas on 29 also. 7th is Sauber on 25, 8th is Renault on 24, 9th is Force India on 18, and 10th is Mercedes on 17. So that's the official results, driver standings and constructor standings of the Thursday event. As I said, the Sunday official results and standings will be released with a new table, fresh new look, well, to a degree, a bit of a better format, because some people have asked if the points can be increased, and we've listened and we're going to do so. So give it another 48 hours on Saturday, and the new tables will be released with the information from Sunday's race. But looking at what's going on out at track there you go. The two Toro Rossos are at it already. Hayes was just currently holding on to pole with a 1:09.1 provisional pole time, but Hayes, his teammate and current championship leader, comes along and says, I have some of that and some, and sets a 1:08.6 lap time. So yeah, they are on the hypersofts. I do know the tyre compounds here are the hypers, the ultra softs and the super softs. One stop is possible. I would recommend ultra soft to super soft myself, but I'm a bit aggressive on the tyres. But I've heard hyper softs to super softs can be done if careful. Might be what the Toro Rosso drivers are going for here, but we'll see what comes from that. But Luke Skywalker now just set a time on the ultra softs of a 1:12 dead. We'll see if he improves here coming up to the end of sector 1. Kind of a bit tricky downforce around this part of the sector and second sector. Yeah, 2.5 tenth improvement there by Luke Skywalker, so let's see if he made a mistake in his lap. Looking good though. The extra DRS zone here though, I don't know if I'm a fan of that, but it might make for an eventful race, but we'll see what these guys deliver tonight. But yeah, now Luke Skywalker coming to the end of sector 2. It's a 4/10 improvement on the ultra soft. He's going to need something special through this last chicane to make any massive improvements, with a few drivers still yet to set a lap time, all sitting on the hypersofts though. The final DRS zone, oh no it's not actually, because it's like there's 4 on this track when you set the qualifying lap. This final chicane though, you've really got to hammer it and attack those curbs and hope for the best coming on the exit via the champions of all there. But now improves via 6.5 tenths and does a 1:11.4 there, so that's not too shabby by the guy who has found some form. Yeah, he has actually over the past couple of races, Luke Skywalker, so we'll see how he goes in the race. He's not really one for qualifying with delivering these superb laps, but we'll see how he goes in the race, because he is one to watch out for, as I've said, with the results. Last time out in Monaco, picks up the win. Drama and dramatics going off though, but yeah, prior to that he excuse me, picked up a podium in Spain, so looking good. Just on board with Emdora now. I believe he's got a car in front of him, shouldn't trouble him. The Renault there of S. Graham really attack these curves, especially on the way in, like Emdoran's there, using the wall and saying hello to Champs Wall. But he's come up to the line, it's a 1:08.5 dead, so we are 1:08.5. Takes provisional pole away from Sun by around 2 tenths there, so Emdoran reserving. Granty boy there, no idea where he's going, but yeah, we're just see if this is. Nope, he's in lap, so we'll drop on down. No, it's Emdoran. Luke Skywalker on a very slow lap there, so yeah, we'll pick up S. Graham, who we saw just in front of Emdoran earlier. See what he does. S. Graham sort of finished, jumped on and joined us, so yeah, fair play to him. See how he gets on with his lap. Just set a 42.4 there for sector 2. Missing the hairpin there, but yeah, there's a couple of lines that you can take through that hairpin with these cars on this game, so yeah. But coming up to this final chicane again, if you really got to attack the chicane. I found taking it a bit steady, but then to really go for it on a qualifying lap, I found 4 attempts. So yeah, but S Graham there coming up to the line and sets a 1 minute 10.8 and finds himself in 5th on the Hypersofts. I've just noticed with Granny Boy, he may have done 2 runs on a set of Hypersoft there, so yeah, with the information I'm getting. But the Toro Rossos back out. Where's MLT on track? Let's see. He's a little bit behind the Toro Rossos, so we'll jump on board with Hayes or Sun. Hayes it is this time. We'll see what the teammate of the championship leader can do. Coming up to the final chicane. As I said, with this chicane, you've really got to attack it. You make so much time there, and you can find 1 or 2 attempts in the start of your lap, and at the end of the lap, find an extra. So yeah, qualifying really find a sweet line through the final chicane there. But we jump on board with Hayes this time around. Coming into turn 1, you really want to attack that curb and take as much as possible. Nice and gentle through 2 on the exit, finding the traction, flying up to 4 and 5. Nice little combination of corners, trying to get the power down early as possible. Yeah, Hayes giving the wall plenty of room there, and I don't blame him. But coming into this little complex corner, start sector 2, really guide the throttle on just at the apex, got to just ease it on gently, find the bike, know the car's not going to drift up there like Hayes does, and he may have actually just bailed out of that there, but we'll see what his teammate's doing now. Sun obviously wanted to attack M. Doran here at group point, but there's the difference. Sun guiding his car along the wall, not hampered or distracted by it, just gets on with it, finding his line, coming through. So it's not corner, as you heard there, easing it on nice and gently mid corner and then flat out on the way out. Plenty of traction there, grip more than you realise, but taking a nice wide line in here. And drifting out, not using any of the exit curve there because that can slow you down. But we'll see what his sector 2 time is on set of Hypers there, and he's 7 attempts down. And I don't know, that looked like quite a neat and tidy lap there. I don't know what's going on with the Toro Rosso drivers at the moment, but we'll let them continue to have their battle. We'll see what MLT's here to do. It was just on board there. And he put a sneaky little toe there, he's kissing the Japanese wheel there, and he's not going to like that. That's going to slow him down, but he comes up to the line and pops himself up into 4th ahead of his teammate, Randy Boy, by 6 attempts there. So, yeah, at the moment, M. Doran leading the way to Sauber, and then you've got 2 Toro Rosso, 2 McLarens, 2 by 2 they go. Interesting to see how the teams battle this out. How's Hayes doing? Coming? Yes, we're still on board for this lap. I've just noticed he's picked 2.5 attempts up there through sector 2, and we're right on board to see how Hayes takes his final chicane compared to MLT there. Say hello to the champions. But yeah, speed's been looking at on straight 210, 11, just hitting 211 there, touching the grass. Yeah, bailed out there. Yeah. MLT not continuing on from the lap. Granny Boy just won him up. The other guys are in the pits. We'll see what Granny Boy's doing. This should be his second set. It should be his second run. Maybe be able to sneak in a final run with about 5.5 minutes now to go of qualifying. But yeah, let's see how old Granny Boy does. As the other guys would see, like MLT, 2 Toro Rossos, I'm pretty sure will be back in the pits, grabbing another set of Ultra Softs or Hyper Softs, should I say, unless they've got a plan to beat that time. But that'll be interesting. But yeah, let's have a look at Granny Boy as he comes to start his final lap, hitting down into turns 1 and 2. Yeah, taking a nice bit of curb there, dropping it into 1st. Wow, that's a bit too low for my liking, but whatever helps you get around the corner. Coming into 4 and 5 now. Yeah, really sort of now the drivers are getting confident in attacking these corners, getting brave towards the walls. It'd be interesting to see what they do in the final runs, see if anyone takes too much of a chance. But Granny Boy keeping it nicely away from the grass and sort of using a little bit of a line there, come across to the right hand side. The way we're looking at it left, but yeah. Let's see what type of sector 2 time he's doing. It's an improvement of a 10th, so it's not a lot, but it could sort of secure his 5th place. Losing the rear bit there on the exit from there, but the house of Luke Skywalker getting completely out of the way. In comparisons, let's see what type of top speeds Granny Boy's hitting. maybe a bit more downforce on the car there, 1 mile an hour slower, but whoa, that's what happens when you attack that chicane too much, and it's not the Champions Wall that can really, ooh, that's not good. Let's just, yeah, that was interesting. Luke Skywalker may not have appreciated that, but we'll see how he gets on now on a set of hyper softs. Did set his previous time on a set of ultra softs, and it was a 1 minute 11 seconds 0.4. We'll see what type of improvement, and really looking like he's getting brave on the wall there, not far off skimming that. It's a 3/10 improvement already, so just losing the rear there. If I was Luke, I would bail out and jump into the pits and get a fresh set of boots, and yeah, but we'll see. All the little moments. S. Graham looking to come back out on track. Granny boy with no front wing. The other guys in the pits. Garfield, if I'm honest, someone we haven't really mentioned, is here in the Sauber, again taking the seat, serving a penalty. If you didn't see his incident, it was a touch naughty. I don't know if I agree with the harshness of the stewards there, but at the same time, yeah, unfortunately Garfield's point of view wasn't available. He was honest, but from what it looked like from McLaren's point of view, it's a bit naughty, but Garfield's point of view may have showed something different, but picked up himself a full qualifying ban for that. He's going to love that. I know he's going to love me bringing it up. He's probably having a chuckle to himself now. But no, we'll see how he does coming from the back. It'd be interesting to see what tyre compounds he starts on from 9th as well, so yeah, I can see him taking a fight to the leaders at some point. But we just stick on board with Luke Skywalker as the other guys start to prep for their final run, see if there's any improvements. I wouldn't have done a second lap on these tyres. He's 2.5 temps down. I would have, if I wanted to start in the hypers, I would have come in for a new fresh set. Maybe he wants to stick with the Ultra and see how his strategy pans out. Yeah, an update at the moment though, before these guys sort of hit their final runs. M. Doran leading the way, 1 minute 8 second 0.5, and then Sun, now he's only 800ths behind M. Doran, so these guys' final runs could be interesting. 6 temps behind him, third is Hayes, and that's your top 3. At the moment, it could all change in the blink of the eyes. These guys get ready. S. Graham are on track as well. We'll just see where the other guys on track. We'll stay on board with M. Doran, because the way this is shaping out, we've got all the top 3 in a line in order of their runs. No, sorry, Hayes is in the middle of, yeah, so they are slightly out of sync, but we'll see how these guys go. M. Doran, the first one to go. Hopefully we'll be able to get a comparison in sector times. Coming through 4 and 5. Nice deal on the curves. There you go, running out wide. Probably could have got a bit braver and used a bit more track there, but it is only sort of a 200th improvement there. What has Hayes done? Hayes has found 2 temps. He was currently 6 temps, 6.5 temps off, so we'll keep an eye on these guys and then jump back to Sun in the final seconds. M. Doran, whoa, yeah, definitely way too much, so let's see how Hayes is doing. He's done it as well. See him there passing M. Doran, but he's coming down to sector 2, and it's still only 3 temps up, so he's going to need a mighty final run through the chicane. M. Doran's qualifying, maybe over. He may go for another run, I doubt it though. How's Sun doing? He's a bit further back, but he's 300ths off his best, so it's all getting a bit tight at the front. Hayes coming into the final chicane, yeah, taking loads of curb, but not using any of the outside. Run off by Champs Wall, and it is an improvement, but it's only an improvement by 300ths of a second. There is a yellow flag in, I don't know, is it sector 2? It's gone now. We jump on, who I did see the time. He's 2.5 temps up on his time, and if he continues just holding this with what he's got his M. Doran tyres now, he will find himself on pole, and we can see a bit of a fight here, really attacking the curb, and he's the first guy to really attack the outside there by the Champions Wall, coming up to the line, and it's a 108.3 and takes pole away from M. Doran there by 2 tenths of a second. Anybody else there? There is Hayes, but Hayes has now completely backed off of it. yeah, qualifying, they're pretty much done. Great stuff there. Sun really taking the fight to M. Doran, who's only reserving, but M. Doran is one of our permanent Sunday drivers who, yeah, he's up at the sharp end, he knows what he's doing, so we may be in for a bit of a battle here, but yeah, I'll give you a rundown of the order in a second, guys, when it pops up. But one thing I have noticed is Uzi down at the back, Garfield serving his penalty, did not qualify, did not set a lap time, so the choice of tyres those guys take, that might spice things up, sort of come to the halfway point, because they're two pretty quick drivers, and if you haven't seen from Uzi, he's a sneaky little bugger, and he gets himself into some great positions off the start. So here's the order. As you can see, Sun taking pole with a 108.3, M. Doran in second, 2 tenths off. Third is Hayes, MLT fourth in the McLaren, fifth Granty Boy in the McLaren. So yeah, it's going to be interesting between the two teams. S. Graham bringing up 6th place there, so not bad for a guy that's just jumped on. Luke Smywalker on the ultra softs though, bringing himself into 7th with Uzi and Garfield behind him, who haven't set a time yet, and we'll see what tyres they go on to very, very soon. So yeah, this could be an interesting race. We can see the cars there up on the grid. We'll see how these guys go. Formation lap to come, and we'll see what tyres the two at the back are going for. But the Hypersofts, not a tyre I like at all. They seem to fall away really quickly, like chewing gum, as they say. Not good at all. But we'll see. Depending on the driver, depending on what they can do. I'd say the guys on the Hypers probably looking at a 2-stop, quickest way round. But the guys like Garfield and Uzi, see what tyres they start on. Luke Smywalker probably going for the 1-stop here, so I reckon the Hypers will be pitting around about maybe lap 7, a window of maybe 6 to 8. But Luke Smywalker maybe going to about lap 30 to 60, so it'll be interesting to see how the different strategies pan out. But let's just have a slow wander, see what these guys are on. And we have Uzi, Super Softs, Garfield, Super Softs. Yeah, this will get really interesting, I feel. Only 9 drivers, but the drivers on track tonight, they're feisty, they're interested. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with strategy and calls, but yeah, the 3 at the front. Toro Rosso boys in their constructors' dominance. On lineup, they're looking to do it again. Currently already on for 40 points. And M. Doran reserve for Sauber. There might be a surprise in there, but yeah. Closest competitors on track today as a team would be McLaren, but we'll see what happens off at the start. It's a short run to turn 1. It's enough of a run to make a move. Starts are very, very key here, so we'll see what happens. Drivers to watch out for. We know what's going to happen up at the front. You're probably looking at these 3 cars, 2 Toro Rossos and Sauber, running off and having their own battle, but the McLarens may have something to say. The guys to watch, Uzi, Garfield, we'll see what their progress is like. I can see a lot of battles, a bit of ghosting there, McLaren and Renault. Yep, but yeah, so it's the drivers come round to form up. I don't know. Ooh, depending on what happens at the start, Uzi 3rd or 4th can see him coming in. If he gets a new podium, he give me a bit of a surprise. You see the Toro Rosso of Hayes over to the right hand side of his grid slot, so maybe got a play in mind. But here we go, we've got 3, 4, 5 red lights. Are we going to get a delay? The lights are out, guys, and we're going to get a delay again. We'll wait shortly, and they're off now. It looks like M. Doran's got a little bit of a jump. Wow, a little bit. He's clean past already. No, he's not. We've got Sun coming back down the inside. Now back around the outside. The Hayes sister car is looking a bit keen. McLarens are still holding 4th and 5th. Yeah, so we are all go. The McLaren. Whoa, nearly already losing one. Uzi, 6th already. Here we go. Garfield hasn't got anywhere at the moment, but we'll see if he's holding off. We don't think there's any contact, but the front guys are flying off. We're looking back. There's Garfield. Is he now now on the back of the train? The guys all holding a nice little gap, so yeah, may only be 9, but they're holding nice little train together. No incidents, they're all going, and yeah, every driver is within averaging about 5 to 6 temps at the moment, so they're all holding station nicely. So we'll see how this goes. And Uzi up to 6th, looking to catch on to the back of the McLarens now. Let's I don't think anything's going to happen, but it's the guys around here I'm interested in watching, because Uzi on the super softs now. Got S. Graham as McLaren taking out the brake marker board. These guys are lucky they're allowed racing line. Yep, there you go. Garfield's now got past Luke Smywalker, so Luke Smywalker on his ultras may not have been a good idea, but should pay back later. Just keep it together. So Garfield now looking at making a move and seeing what he's got. S. Graham just up the road next. This is the little battle that's going on ahead of Garfield and Luke Smywalker. Uzi really getting close to the wall there. Yeah, just dropping off the McLarens now. It'd be a bit interesting. I've just noticed Hayes has now already dropped off the pace of the front 2 now, and being sucked into this train behind. So the Hypersofts, depending on the driver, are on lap 2. When do they start going off? Anywhere from lap 4 to lap 6. But we'll see what these guys do in comparison to the other guys. But let's jump on board with Sun. Is he just about to make a move on M. Durham? But it's the straight line speed, deploying everything. He's just dropped it down from overtake. Not quite yet. Give it a lap and a bit of DRS, and I think he will be swooping past, as long as he don't have moments like that. And stick it out, but we got to jump back. The 2 McLarens now, MLT and Granty Boy already at it again. These 2 had some epic battles throughout the season. They've just got to keep it clean. Granty Boy is up and past MLT, so looking a bit there and there. But Garfield now putting a move on a Hypersoft runner already of S. Graham. He's into 7th behind Uzi, so Garfield's got a bit of work to do, because he's 2.5 seconds behind Uzi, who's on the same compound, same strategy. We'll see how they get on, but the 2 McLarens have not finished. They're still continuing now. We will keep an eye on the lead up at the front. DRS is now enabled, so we'll jump up there shortly. The McLaren going for it, no. See, the DRS extra zone, I don't think was a good idea. Incidents like that happen, but let's jump up at the leaders. It's very tight. Emdor running a bit deep into the hairpin. That's going to give him a better exit in finding the tracks in, but Sun has now got DRS and slipstream, and he is in overtake mode. Is he going to be able to make the move this time? Will he hold off? No, he's going for it. Emdoran very defensive there, holding the apex, leaving him just enough room. What Sun got down into turn 1 as Emdoran gets a little bit snaky there. Hayes in the background in his own little world at the moment. Don't know if it's happened already, we may have missed it, but the 2 McLarens, have they had a moment? Granny Boy, front wing, is one being readied? No front wing, this is pure strategy. Ultrasofts on. The battles are all kicking off now. Garfield trying to hand down Uzi. He's now 2.7 seconds behind, but he's got S. Graham and Luke Smywalker, whose Ultrasofts may be just coming alive. He did do a couple of laps on him in qualifying. A little bit close there, but here comes the DRS zone. S. Graham should still be in the DRS zone. Of Garfield he is, but we'll just pan away from this, because the lead in 2 again. Right at this time, Sun and Emdoran getting nicely through the hairpin there, single file, no moves being made. I don't think Sun's got enough straight line speed. He's definitely not got his ears up this time. Maybe now it's time to save and evaluate the situation in a lap or 2, but we'll see what happens between the 2. Down into turn 1 now. Sun's still, I thought he was going for a bit of a Ricardo move there, but not thinking of that being quite a quick first corner there. It's 4th gear, so he's moved to back out. So it's all around again, as I say in Canada. If you can't get the move done there and then, it's sort of, you've got to wait until the hairpin at the earliest opportunity. But Hayes 4 seconds back from his teammate now. It might be a lonely race for him because MLT, without his teammate around him now, has found himself off the pace. But yeah, this is going to get interesting with the strategies, but the leading two are absolutely flying. Sun is just, he needs to take a steady, there you go, a bit tired and Emdor and get the power down. This will be his best opportunity. It's the closest he's been. It's lap 5. He's got to get it done. Emdor will go right. He will. There you go. He's going right. He always does. He always goes right. So can he make it around the outside, or is he going to tuck in? A little bit of contact. Emdoran's line though, so fair is fair. Nothing really happening. Sun's going to be getting frustrated because you don't want to be sat in, behind Emdoran on hyper soft tyres. Hayes on, what was it, lap 6 now, has had enough. I believe it's the end of lap 5 for him. Starting 6th, has had enough. Where is Granny Boy? Granny Boy, is he going to take Hayes? I don't believe he is. He's probably just a little bit too far back, but the undercut looking very, very effective here in Canada there, considering how far Granny Boy was back. But Granny Boy's on the ultras, and what is ultras again for Hayes? So yep, everything's swapping and swapping and changing. Let's see. I just saw, there it is. S. Graham and Luke Smywalker starting to kick off. Is Luke Smywalker going to make the move? Holds off, thinks better of it, looking to line them up down the straight there. Sun and Emdoran at it again. This is going to be one all the way to the end unless they have a moment. Again, Emdoran going right. He always will. You got to see that. He's got him all the way around onto the racing line. Emdoran a little bit sideways, or both drivers were there. Now it's Emdoran's turn. What have you got against Sun? Can you take the fight to the championship leader? But we've had a MLT find himself up into third now, but Uzi again, he's going to be lightning quick along with Garfield, who is in hot pursuit. Now we've got clean air and no cars behind him. He's absolutely fired. Is this Uzi? Did he have a moment, or did he let him through there? Who knows? But Garfield absolutely flying at the moment, really pushing track limits as Uzi's near enough off the limits. But we'll see how these two go as it race develops. But got to jump back up on board with the leaders again. Yeah, I think we'll stay on board with these two if they go for another lap. See what they're like through the middle sector. It looks like they're just playing follow my leader. A little bit of a push there by Emdoran, getting a bit impatient. We will see what Emdoran's got in a straight line now, because Sun did find it difficult. So has Emdoran gone for the lower downforce setup? It looks like it. Going for it. Sun pits. Emdoran misses the chicane. I did notice about half a lap earlier that Sun had picked up a 3-second time penalty. Emdoran's now picked up one. So Hayes off down the road as the Uzi and Garfield getting very, very close. I believe they were on the Champions Wall there, but Sun, where is he coming out into comparison to those two? Yeah, he's behind, but we've got to move. Hayes in the background, is he? Yeah, he's made the move on Luke Smywalker, who's still on those same ultra softs he started on. Not looking like a great strategy as you see these guys fly along, but Emdoran now in the lead from MLT by 8.5 seconds, and Garfield in third, Uzi in fourth on the supers. Well, super softs. It's going to get very interesting. Sun now, yeah, what was that? Yeah, about 1.5 seconds behind the two of race. Coast come down massively actually, finding himself about a second now behind Uzi. Not within DRS range though, I don't think, but we shall see. Garfield is pulling away from Uzi, so what is going on with the tyres, engine modes? It looks like Uzi might be saving us as the McLaren ahead now of MLT pits. This will put Garfield up into second. What has Emdoran done? Yeah, he's in the pit. Where is Emdoran going to feed out to? Sun has gone past. The undercut is huge. Hayes has gone past. This is the battle. These two are going to meet. There. It's just about worked out for Emdoran there. He did not want to behind the other Toro Rosso. Garfield now picking up a time penalty. Emdoran Whoa, that's how you want to take those corners. They're proud little moments. You're absolutely on the edge of what the car can do. So Garfield now finds himself in the lead, 1.4 seconds up the road from Sun on super soft tyres. Sun is on ultras in second, Uzi in third on 8-lap old supers. Then we got this battle, Doran and Hayes. Doran has actually gone for the super softs though, so the Toro Rosso's going for a completely different strategy. Hayes really needs to get a move on if this is going to work. We're going to jump on board with Uzi. Doran just outside of DRS range, so nothing happening. Uzi's in the pits. Whoa, that was, yeah, you need to do some sort of braking there, Uzi. That was a bit naughty, but hey ho. Let's go up to the leading pair. Garfield, I don't know if he is net leader at the moment. It depends on his strategy and how long he can hold off Sun, but at the moment he is leading this. He's just hit the wall. That is wing damage. No, yes, doesn't look like it, but Sun going for a move. Garfield holding. Ooh. Yeah, Garfield may not have liked that one too much. A bit of a weave. I don't think he's happy. But we'll see how that goes. He just needs to get his head down, do what he's got to do, and any complaints, go and see the stewards after the race. But Doran now still with Hayes hot on his heels. Strategy calls at the moment is who's going to win this race. I do not know. The front four are within around 4.5 seconds of each other. So who knows what's going to happen. If Garfield can hold on to the back of Sun, I don't know how long for, keep within DRS range, because he's definitely got some straight line speed on that car. It could be an interesting end to the race. Hayes now picking up a 3-second time penalty, so it's drivers that didn't have them were looking good, but all of the front four have got 3 seconds now. Who knows? Yeah, but we've got the two McLarens in 5th and 6th, not having their own battle. They're nicely spread. These four are the closest. I'm just keeping an eye on S. Graham because I thought he may be going for a move on Uzi, but he's just dropped off by about half a second. We'll keep an eye on that though. Battle may develop. Uzi's found himself 13.5 seconds behind MLT, so why he made the early stop, I don't know. Could possibly be reverted to a 2-stop, 2 sets of ultras now, pushing like crazy. We'll see. Strategy's been a bit interesting. Garfield now, who we are on board with now, sorry, is 1.9, going to be about 2 seconds, yeah, there you go, behind Sun. So starting to drop off the pace now. I don't think he would have been happy being squeezed that much, but we may hear his thoughts after the race, but continues on. Garfield, I would have thought we're seeing the pits around sort of, give it another 8 laps, and if he's going to a set of ultra softs, if he wants to push the hypers, he may. I don't know, may get 8 to 10 laps out of him, but brand new set, I have no idea myself. But yeah, what's Garfield going to do here? I know Garfield likes a good battle. Him and Doran have had their battles over the season, so is he going to sort of move out the way, or is he going to give him a fight? I hope he gives him a fight, because yeah, these two battling is always epic. It's never like when it's me and Garfield, one of us always goes into the wall. But yeah, it might be an easy move down the back straight, but Garfield's not really. No, is he letting him go there? I believe he's just, I believe he may have just let him go there, and if he has, Doran's got DRS. Garfield, what have we done? Yeah, so maybe a bit of a swippy-roo, and it looks like there's a thank you from Doran. So yeah, Sauber playing the team game against Toro Rosso here this evening. Hayes in the background, probably wanting to get involved in this. He is on the hypers compared to Garfield supers, so we'll see how those two go. Sun now finds himself in the lead by 3.8 seconds, so yeah, he is on the ultras though, so Doran might be able to go to the end. I don't know though, it could be a bit tight. Garfield's still got to make a stop. His tyres now 12 laps old, hanging in there quite nicely. We'll see how this goes though. The McLarens, they're starting to find themselves around each other again. Let's have a look at the stops. They've all made one stop bar Garfield, so yeah, Garfield's the one to watch. Uzi, I thought may have had a bit of more in him, but obviously had a change of heart. Maybe not wanting to show his hand for Sunday, who knows, but we'll see. Shape, but one of the dark horses are paying off, and it'd just be interesting to see what happens towards the end and what tyres he goes on to. I reckon ultra softs, but we'll see how that goes. But the two McLarens now, gap's now 1.2. Granny Boy has slowly been reeling in his teammate. It's getting a bit interesting, but I've just noticed Hayes has reeled in Garfield a little bit now as well, so possibly down. Yeah, possibly down the back straight if he keeps reeling him in like that. Whoa, if he has moments like that, wants to cut the grass, he might find himself a bit further back or an extra pit stop, but playing it a bit dangerous. Sun has now picked up another 3-second time penalty, so a little bit of info for you. That would put Doran, as it stands, 1.4 seconds behind him, so yeah, but yeah, forget that, that's towards the end. Hayes is now within DRS of Garfield. Hayes' tyres, how old are they? They are 8 laps old in comparison to Garfield's 13 lap old Super Soft. So this battle is about level on tyre wear. This might be the two fighting for the last podium spot all the way to the end. Both with, I believe, one more stop to make. Two McLaren boys, Granny boys, I don't know what's happened, but he's lost around 1.5 seconds. Hasn't been damage. Does not look like it. Yeah, there has been damage. It's the right hand side. The plate has now gone, as you can see. So I don't think he was. They had a little battle again, but yeah, I think he will wait for his pit stop to sort that out. But Hayes now 4 tenths off Garfield. DRS. Definitely not going to be made new now. Down the back straight, if he can stay close. Garfield running wide. His super softs may have just been at the end of their life. Looking, I don't know, steady off the hairpin. Yeah, good bit of traction there by Garfield, so they're alright, maybe just having a moment. Hayes now flying. Straight line speed's looking pretty good, already over 205. Garfield's gonna let him go. Yeah, not really gonna fight that. Both drivers still. Whoa, Hayes having a massive moment. Garfield will come back at him now. Give Garfield an inch and he'll take a mile. Is he gonna go around the outside? Yeah, he's giving it a go. Flew around the outside there, so really break and squirt there, get all of it, cost him the line into 2. What's gonna happen into 3 and 4 now? No, Garfield's conceded. Is he going to have a run down into the next set of S? No, thinking about it, probably time to just sit back and wait for the DRS. Tighter, well, better line there from Garfield, tighter on the racing line. Hayes drifted off a bit, and the marbles here around Canada can be really, really bad with the effects that Codemasters have brought, but Garfield trying to go around the outside there, a little touch. From the point of view I've got, that just looked like a little bit of movement. Both drivers were quite slow there within the 2 corners, but Garfield, come on man, let's see what you got. We know you've got the straight line speed here. The rest of the field though looking nicely spread out from 5th down. Good few seconds between them. The battle is at the front. These 4 drivers you want to keep an eye on. Garfield not really getting close enough. I think the grip levels off the rear of those supers may have just been gone. They're coming up to start lap 17. Garfield thinking about it, not really being brave in there, and I would be if I was him. Sit pretty, stick within DRS and sort everything out when the pit stop comes around. But I can see the difference with what Garfield's doing to what Hayes is doing with their errors, and it is interesting. I think Garfield might be coming to his pit stop window. it might be sort of, as I'd say to an old Mercedes driver, hammer time, because he's giving it everything. And is he gone sailing past? He has. Hayes not really fighting that. Hayes looking like he's just taking it steady. Garfield, the way he's attacking this lap, might be coming in. Needs a couple more laps out of these tyres, so I'd calm down a bit. But hey, Garfield's a fighter and he loves a race. Up at the front, M. Doran 4.8 seconds behind Hayes, but Hayes is not getting to the end on these ultra softs. Hayes has now got back past Garfield, so these two having a right old ding dong. Garfield now picking up a 3-second penalty, so yeah, the front four drivers all picking up time penalties, and MLT sneaking in there in the background. Yeah, this could be a three-way scrap very, very shortly. Fair play to him, sneakily going about his business. In the process of Garfield and Hayes battling though, they've now found themselves around 16, 17 seconds off the lead. So yeah, if they were thinking about the win, this is just playing into the hand of the sun. But yeah, I don't know, because he may come across MLT who's just quietly going about his business, so people can trip over people yet. Race starting to come alive the further we go into it, so yeah, Garfield getting a bit wide and wobbly there, we'll see what happens. But yeah, if you guys are interested in joining these guys on track for a little bit of a scrap, yeah, come and find us on Facebook and unofficial Front Row Racing League, and yeah, drop us a message if you're interested. We'll get you in the car and see if you've got what it takes to come along and have a bit of scrap and take it to the likes of Son, Doran, Hayes and Garfield. Really quick drivers, and it is nice to see a team battle up there. It's a bit like Ferrari and Mercedes, but two teams you wouldn't expect. Yeah, drop us a message at official Front Row Racing League, and yeah, we'll get back to you and get you in the car as soon as we can. But other than that, Thursdays and Sundays is when we race, and we'll get back to the action, because Garfield is not giving this up. Gap at the front though has increased to 5.3. and Son needs to push like crazy for when he makes his second stop. Doran's got to be going to the end, but yeah, he does like to do this. Yeah, keeps his cards tight being a reserve driver, so they make the extra pit stop on purpose. But Garfield now, where's he going to go? He's got to go left. Hayes leaving him plenty of room, and some on the outside. Hayes now's been compromised on the exit. Garfield, will he look to the outside down into the hairpin? Hayes protecting what's going to become the inside. Garfield cut back, switch back on. Both drivers trying to get onto the power as early as possible. Garfield 3 tenths back, he surely should be able to make the move, but MLT now 1.2 seconds behind Garfield. He's half that gap now, and this scrap's going to kick off. Garfield not really got enough. No, I believe he's starting to save some errors for a bit more of a fight. The McLaren having a moment, may have just cost him a second, or no, just about 3 tenths actually, so not as bad as I thought. But the battle was commencing, and now another driver picking up his first penalty is Granty Boy. So I believe all from the top 6, it's only MLT who doesn't have a time penalty. It could be wrong though, but who knows. Luke Smywalker, unfortunately, let's just jump back to him shortly. Uzi making another pit stop now. Not having a great race. Looks like he's still holding for the one stop. So fair play to him. We'll see where he develops. It looks like him and Uzi may have a scrap of their own a bit later, but Garfield's still not giving this up. And the McLaren now really giving it some. He's only 8 tenths off, so he's within the RS range. So this battle has just got underway, and I'm quite impressed with how Garfield has managed to stay with this close to Hayes. Again, the tyre wear. Hayes is a 40 laps old ultra softs now. Garfield's a 19 lap old super soft, so yeah, tyre level of wear about equal, probably favouring Garfield at the moment, who does pit now. That will free up MLT behind Garfield straight away. We will see what tyres Garfield goes on to. We will jump back, it should change. So MLT already flying up to the back of Hayes, so Hayes probably thought, oh, thank God I got rid of him, and now there's a McLaren there within 6 tenths, so he's not going to get a break. But with Garfield pitting, it would look like Garfield's gone to a set of ultra softs. Now I believe Hayes will find himself out behind Garfield. The undercut is very, very powerful here, but Garfield, how much life does he want to take out of those ultras with 16 to go? As MLT, nice little camera angle there. Oh, not really leaving the space. So, but that's so for the drivers to discuss or report or whatnot. But that looked a bit naughty. Did have the inside. They looked side by side to me though, and yeah, I'll leave that for those guys to sort out. So MLT now up into podium position. Sun has now pitted. He's not going to be, well, he's going to have complete and utter fresh air, if we're honest, guys. These two will not trouble him. MLT pits now. What tyres will he go to? This frees up Hayes, who's going for another lap. Here comes Garfield up the back straight. MLT still hasn't, he's hit his box now. Garfield is already at the exit of the final corner. Here comes Garfield, lap 22. Hayes has picked up another 3-second time penalty, so the penalties will be interesting. Garfield clears MLT. That is crucial for him in his battle, but now he's got Granty Boy at the front of him. So is this McLaren going to play a bit of a team game here or now, if they're in the on the radio to each other? Luke Skywalker now picks up a time penalty, so it's a shame they're all picking him up now. Canada is notorious for it. It's a bit hard to go a race without getting one, at least one or a couple of warnings. So Garfield now up the inside of Granty Boy. No team orders would seem to be in place there with McLaren helping. Garfield going to go for it now. Is Granty Boy going to come up and challenge him up into the chicane? I don't know. Garfield, or I don't know. No, Granty Boy completely losing it. I'm pretty sure you just let MLT go, or are they going to be having their own little battle here? MLT must have been just outside the DRS zone. Granty Boy's got it. What's he going to do? Straight into the pits and out of the way, so that frees up both drivers now. Hayes into the pits, just leaving his box. There goes Garfield, there goes MLT. Hayes has got it all to do. He is on a set of Ultrasoft, so all drivers on the same compound. Garfield's a 2-lap old, MLT's are 1 lap old, and Hayes's are as they are. So these three, the battle is now on. Up at the front though, Doran is still on his super soft tyres, going about his business. We've just had a move. That was in the pits though, I do apologise guys. Yeah, Doran up at the front on his super softs. Is he going to go to the end there? You can see in the background is the Toro Rosso, 7.1 seconds behind and gaining slowly of Sun. Guys behind have got no hope on these guys. We will keep an eye on their battle because it's all going to kick off in the middle very shortly. Sun now setting the pace of a 1 minute 10 seconds, 0.9. So that again though is on a brand new set of ultra soft tyres. So yeah, these two, it's going to kick off between first and second. It's already getting ready to kick off between third and fourth, with fifth of Hayes. These three were on track earlier, well, about 2 or 3 laps ago to be fair, all over the back of each other. So this could kick off again at any moment. MLT within half a second. Sun though, it would seem if you give him another 5-6 laps, so looking at about lap 30, I reckon he will be on the back of Doran. So we'll be looking at that. But at the moment it's MLT and Garfield again at it. The McLaren driver has found himself in this battle of 2 teams of Sauber and Toro Rosso, and he's not giving it up yet. Hayes has dropped off a bit, but he is reeling in these two in bit by bit. So Garfield putting the ultras on earlier may have been a bad move, because it seems to be the guy with the newer tyres is going to make the bigger gains here. But yep, hey, the race ain't over until it's over. So MLT touching the grass, has that cost him too much momentum to make the move into the final chicane? We shall find out shortly. There's always turn 1, he's flying. Garfield is not really defending that. He's got his ears turned down, looking like he's charging everything up. Here he comes again. Is he going to do what he did to the Toro Rosso driver? I don't think he's far enough alongside the McLaren driver, coming across his line a bit cheekily there, but Garfield's probably got a few choice words going on in that crash out for a few drivers today. He's an old teammate of mine, so I know exactly what he's like. Good lad though. But moving on from this, Doran has gone to the hyper softs. There has been a change for the lead. He is 11.5 seconds behind Sun on ultras. So yeah, this is a bit interesting. That's a bit too much in my view. I believe Doran's hiding Sun or holding Sun back. I don't care what the man says, but we'll keep an eye on this battle. It's the battle for the final podium position. Garfield holds it at the moment. MLT in second, not giving him a moment to breathe. With Hayes now, is he within DRS range? Yes, he is. So he's there now. This battle is now on. 3 cars. What's going to happen? The McLaren already up the inside of the final chicane. Picks up a time penalty for it though. He was left the room. What is the Toro Rosso going to drive? Is it going to be 2 for 1 on Garfield? Not today by the looks of it. So yeah, the McLaren driver a little bit cheeky, but all's fair in love and war, as they say, and this is motorsport at its best on the PlayStation 4. So moving on from that, the lead, yeah, Doran not really making any roads into that. If anything, he's actually going backwards on the hypersofts at the moment. McLaren driver getting way sideways after getting the move done. This is going to allow Garfield straight back on him. And Garfield, don't give him any opportunity, because if you do, he'll take it in a heartbeat. Really close this man's options off. But now Hayes, if Garfield attacks and gets it wrong, Hayes is there to pounce. And both the Sauber driver and Toro Rosso driver will have DRS. Which one's got the more straight line speed? Doran now setting the pace on the hypersofts of a 1 minute 10.7. He has just closed him massively, so maybe just needed to get the hypers up to speed. But here goes Garfield, giving MLT the same treatment. And it's exactly the same roles reversed though. But is the Toro Rosso going to pick up off the McLaren? He is. He's got it down into turn 1. So yeah, alright, Garfield having his little overtake moment with MLT. MLT picking up penalty, roles reversed this time round. Garfield picking up a penalty that gets past, and then Hayes this time mugs MLT where he wasn't able to get Garfield. Garfield really pushing the track limits, which could end up in damage. But Hayes now not waiting about. Garfield well out on the marbles there. What's he going to do now? Full on fight this. These 3 drivers are at it, and this is cracking stuff, guys. You got to give him credit. Nothing going on. What's the McLaren driver doing? He's been a bit squeezed there, but that was a bit of a late move if you thought you were going to get past there. And it's all going to kick off again. It's this back straight round Canada. I love it. You got a tight twisty bit. It's sort of single file unless the driver has a moment and you take advantage of it, like Hayes did there. And then it's full on blown attack. Garfield overtake. Everything's up. Hayes, what have you got? This is Garfield's favourite little mood if he's close enough. Nope, throwing a little bit of a dummy there. May get it down into turn 1. Dropped off massively there. Is his battery dead? No, his battery's not dead, but the McLaren's going to get Garfield. Surely. No, it looks like Garfield's got more straight line speed. McLaren going for a really late dive there, but nothing happening. This is, I love this, cracking stuff between these 3 drivers. If they can keep this going to the end, Canada would have been well worth it tonight. Hayes now starting to make hay while he can. Garfield just keeping him within touching distance of DRS, 7/10 behind, so he's going to get a dose of it here. So's the McLaren, and then we will be back round up the straight before you know it. The McLaren's dropping off a little bit there, so yeah, it looked like, yeah, saving battery there compared to Garfield. Whoa! Nearly went. That's going to allow Hayes a massive breath of fresh air, should we say, with a gap back. No DRS attack now, so yeah, can MLT. Doran's gone. Oh my days, Doran has gone for Sauber. Not good at all. I wonder, is it terminal damage? Can't see anything at the moment. Is there a car floating about anywhere? No, it looks like he did it in the pit, so fair play to Doran there. But moving on back onto this battle, it looks like Hayes has started to sort of get on with his race now. There's no pressure behind. The gap has increased by 2/10, so Garfield and MLT head down, motor down. Let's get on and get after him. Don't fight too much now. Oh, I thought Garfield lost it there with the sound of the engine, but really, you saw Hayes and MLT come off the corner. Garfield, I'll take all of the track and some, I'll take the curb as well. Really giving it everything. It's great to see. Not wanting to go near that one again, I know. May have just fell out of DRS range there, so these guys sort of all hit stationary, that's it, no more to give. MLT, the gap's about the same. Garfield's 1.2 now, and it's all about the straight line speed with drag they've got on their cars, and yeah, they all seem the same. It looks like Garfield may have a bit more drag than the two drivers in front though. He did lose a 10th down there, so it looks like Garfield's going for grip in the middle sector, but MLT's now found himself within DRS again of Hayes, so as long as he can stay there, it will be interesting up the back straight, and these two start battling again. Your man Garfield's there to pick up any pieces they want to give him, but looking at it, I mean, Garfield came in first, MLT second, Hayes stayed out, and when you look at the tyres that they're on, Hayes is a 7-lap old, MLT's are 8 and Garfield's a 9, so the ultra softs, it would seem, really do fall off once they hit a certain point, but as I said, some drivers may have a setup that can cope with that, but Garfield seems to be drifting off. I wonder if he's got a bit of wing damage there. Let's have a quick look. Doesn't look like it, everything seems there, so they have just backed off to save some errs and getting ready for a full-blown attack again soon, but MLT now within DRS, Hayes going very, very defensive there, but MLT nowhere near close enough to make any sort of attack. It's all just about closing up the gap and hoping his fellow competitor in front makes a little bit of a mistake, but as it stands at the moment, Toro Rosso are on for another 1-2, so I hope MLT can really take the fight and Garfield can come along, because for the constructors this is absolute sheer dominance by the Toro Rosso drivers. So yeah, MLT, please take the fight, and Garfield, I know you, pull your finger out mate, I know you're better than this, get up there and take the fight to them. Well, he may have just responded to that because he has just closed up the gap by a few attempts, just jumped back. Fair play if he's just woken up. But MLT now only 3 tenths behind Hayes, who is 19.5 seconds behind his teammate. Another convincing performance by him, and looking like a sheer dominant season for Sun. If anybody can stop him, his teammate's his closest rival, so he needs to really sort it out. But who knows? You never know when we hit the European side of things. Hayes may find his form, but MLT here in the DRS, not really able to do much. Oh, Hayes has made a mistake there. This is going to give the McLaren one hell of a chance. Didn't really see what happened. Must have clipped Champions Wall or something. McLaren all the way around the outside. Hayes giving him a squeeze. Oh, no, 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 no. No! Whoa, guys, what is going on? That, oh my days. That is just absolutely unreal. That, time penalty, multiple warnings, cut corners, but I'd have to watch that back again myself, but I could be wrong. It looked like the McLaren went for the move. Yeah, got a little bit too much. Hayes may have squeezed him. I don't know if he hit the grass or not, but then it was into the back of Hayes, so yeah. We'll leave that. Let's see what the drivers say about that. I know one person that will have something to say is this man we are on board with now, Garfield, will not be happy. He dropped off, minded his business, and he drove into 2 cars. He won't be happy with that. There will be choice words, and we'll leave it at that. So Hayes making the move. Garfield, what's he going to do? Pit or continue? He continues, probably for the better, because with what, two laps to go, that's it. MLT making the 3 pit stops, so if Garfield has an over moment and losing any more of that front wing, I'm pretty sure MLT will be on him like hotcakes with a set of brand new hypers and a brand new wing, but that gap is going to be huge. Garfield, he's missing an end plate. Yeah, there you go, end plate on the right side. So what happened there, I don't know. It was lining up to be a cracking little battle at the end, but that's an absolute shame. You can see the understeering Garfield's car now. He's going to suffer like crazy, but with MLT 25.2 seconds behind this, yeah, just take it to the end to pick up the podium. So that's a shame. It's looking like a cracking battle, but then a little moment like that happens and it can change in a heartbeat. But I was watching Garfield, and that's why I had a chuckle to myself, thinking, you can see it, and that's like, no, and he's in it before you know it. I don't know, nowhere really to go, but hey, that's racing. Sometimes you get fortunate, sometimes you get unfortunate, and take the good with the bad, as they say. But the leader, Sun, on lap 44 is his penultimate lap. We haven't really seen a lot of him, to a degree. Yeah, he's set the fastest lap by a good 6 temps, 5-6 temps there. So yeah, he's really going for it. We're actually jumping on board with him. I know he's probably taking it easy. Engine turned down, sort of got his ears middle of the range and bringing it home. But yeah, nice little route. Really proved himself to be one hell of a driver. So you can't really fault for that. But coming up to start his final lap, we'll let him take us around the final lap around here at Canada. Other battles, I'll just check that actually before I jump away. It looks like no cars are really within range, so yeah, we'll go around with Hayes on this one, coming down the 4th in 2 turns 3 and 4. Nicely done, attacking the exit there. These little kinks ain't really corners to me, but apparently they're classed as them. Take a bit of curve there, nicely done, looking very, very steady. He is on our screens on a set of hypers. Is that right? Just out of curiosity. Yes, it is. So some actually going hyper, ultra, hyper, and really making it work. So that's something that might be well worth remembering. But no, fair play to him, coming down the back straight for the last time now. It's been a great race by him. You can't really fault the guy from start to finish in the championship at the moment to the present race, because he's done everything right. He's just taken to the fight anyone that comes in here reserved and whatnot, and yeah, keeps putting in great performances. So fair play to him, picking up, I believe, maybe his 3rd, 4th win, and then he threw it away just for the fun of it. Uzi picking up a 5-second time penalty for an unserved stop and go. Hayes now 33.3 seconds off his teammate. That's a long way. He's going to need to scratch his head. I believe he can't wait for our Christmas break to come up, because we will be shut down for a couple of weeks, or at least one, because of how the Christmas and that falls down. So pretty sure he can't wait for that break to regroup and attack in the second half of the season. But coming over in second is Hayes. So Toro Rosso, it's a 1-2 again, I believe. Sort of, that might have been their 3rd actually, but who knows. Garfield coming home to finish off the podium. Nice little race from him. I'm pretty sure he will be annoyed by a few moments of it though, and we may hear some thoughts from him. But MLT coming across the line, the last guy not to be lapped, and picking up 4th, and I'm pretty sure he will not be happy, and he will voice his opinion. So yeah, behind the scenes you guys don't get to see it, but we get to see and hear the drivers' thoughts and comments. So yeah, who knows what they may say about that. But as you can see, Toro Rosso seems like they are never off the podium. That's because they're not, and they've got a good little team there delivering. So Honda Power on the F1 2018 game, looking very, very good. And Garfield, nice little podium there, fair play fella. Nice little result, doesn't look too happy at all. Probably wants to get away from him before, yeah, so to say. But here is the final results, unofficial. Every single driver picking up a time penalty there. That's, wow, what can you say? I get to do this Sunday, so we'll see what happens. But Sun picking up the victory there with his teammate Hayes in second, Garfield 3rd. Yeah, nice little race there. Moving on to 4th, it's MLT. 5th is Luke Smywalker, keeping his pace steady, keeping it together, and he's picking up the points, so he's getting up there. 6th is Uzi for Ferrari, and 7th is Grand T Boy. 8th is Doran, who is, I believe, was a DNF, yep, with S. Graham DNFing as well. So that is the race results. Official race results will be confirmed throughout next week. So yeah, that's been unofficial front row racing. You can find us on Facebook, guys. If you're interested in joining, you can see the racing is eventful, it's exciting, and if you guys want to take the fight to these guys, drop us a message. This has been the Thursday race. Excuse me. We do run a race on Sundays as well, but that is with full qualifying. We do currently have a couple of spots, so if you're interested in joining, drop us a message, and we'll get you hooked up with these guys as soon as possible and see if you can stop them. But until then, what are we at now? We're in Canada, so round 8 next week. I believe we are in France. New track on the calendar, and we'll see how these guys get on attacking that. So until then, same time next week, 7:45. It's been fun. We shall see you next time. Bye bye.